Hello.
Hey, all right, we're here in studio. Pasa de la Casa Taylor de la
Dojo, Casa, Taylor House, Studio House, Sober Boys.
Uno Poquito. Por favor.
Just one little podcast.
One little podcast.
Just one little one.
Wait, is that un poquito?
Uno Poquito. Just
Uno
singular,
Poquito?
just the number one little podcast
that girl-
you've ever come across.
That girl I've been seeing, she's
I don't want to talk about the girl you've been
No.
seeing.
She's
We did a whole thing about it. What?
She was over this morning because she slumber party.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's going.
I'm sure it's going however way it's going.
Yeah. But she wanted to watch this comedian, this Mexican comedian, and it's all
Fluffy?
in Spanish. Yeah.
Everyone says, George Lopez?
Yeah.
You think that's Mexico? Oh, shit. That's going to get racist.
Carlos Mencia.
Oh, yeah.
Pre Joe Rogan incident.
Did she know she did? What did she want to
No,
watch?
it was I forget the girl's name. Sofia Riviera de la Luna or something.
It sounds like you're just making up
But
a
it was
name
in
to
Spanish,
get through
so
the border.
it was all subtitles. It was very interesting to watch.
Oh, how did it come
It's
across?
hard to watch. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard to some of it was funny, but it didn't the girl she was saying it didn't translate well.
She didn't okay.
The subtitles do not translate well.
Eddie Izzard does, you know Eddie Izzard, right?
Yes.
They do their jokes in different languages. They've been doing that for years, since like the 90s, like French, European languages, because they're fucking brilliant. But I'm always curious how that translates.
Now whenever I hear someone's brilliant, I'm like, oh, autistic?
That's a big hip thing.
There's a big crossover.
There's a little problem in anybody's personality. Like, they're autistic.
So fucking awkward.
Yeah.
I'm autistic.
Duh. Mark Norman said he was autistic. I went to go see him last night. He was really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Tremendous joke writer. It's always interesting to see. Like, I love normalizing a stigmatized subject, but at the same time, some people Mark Norman was one of his jokes was like, oh, everybody is everybody's using mental illness as an excuse to be an asshole now. That's what he said. Mm-hmm. It was like, hey, cut you off in traffic. ADD, sorry, I didn't see you there.
Yeah.
But no one uses like the other negative mental illnesses to make excuses for fucking up in the world. Like
what? Like,
you murdered my dog, sociopath, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one does that. And then the other comedian, Caleb Synan.
Yeah.
He was really funny. He said
he was on a show. I did a show with him in Athens.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh man, he's really nice.
Hendershots.
Oh, cool. He's really nice. He had a joke where he was like, I live in LA and it's super woke and the new thing is kink shame and you can't kink shame anybody, which is basically you get in trouble for telling people that they're gross.
Yeah. He did that joke.
Yeah.
Did he do his joke about a peeping Tom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Too cute of a is really good.
Yeah.
The felony is too cute of a title.
Yeah.
These are all Caleb Synan. Check them out. These are really good.
Right.
Anyways.
And this isn't comedy talk.
This is not comedy talk.
Boys.
This is sober talk. We're going to try to do a little more sober talk than last time. Kind of be a little focused. Sober Boys in no way represents the views and opinions expressed by, our views and opinions of Sober Boys in no way represents the central office of Alcoholics Anonymous.
Yeah.
They are solely our very own views and opinions meant for fun and fashion and to have a good time and maybe to help some people along the way down the dusty road.
Maybe dust up some whimsy. Maybe
We'll dust
cook
up some whimsy for
cook
sure.
up a flight of fancy.
Hey, Taylor, what did you do to stay sober today?
What a goo did I do to stay sober today?
Exactly. What did you do?
I met with my sponsor.
That's swell.
And we did some of the 11th step and the 12 and 12.
Ooh.
And then
nice.
I went to the 12 o'clock Kaler Park meeting.
Oh, how was that? That sounds pretty.
It was pretty good.
Yeah?
It was pretty nice.
How many
day
people
out.
were there?
A little chilly. Oh, probably like 150.
Oh, usually it's like 600.
Yeah.
So that's good. They
was
like
light.
fill up the entire
Yeah,
the entire
park.
field. And everyone around the neighborhood's like, what is going on?
Maybe 20 people.
Yeah, that's nice.
It was good though. It was a little cold. It was sunny, but when the sun went away, it was
windy.
Cold. It was cold. It's cold. It's not warm out.
Crazy how weather does that when the sun goes away, it gets colder.
Yeah.
Goddamn solar system.
And
Fucking blue marble, you know what I mean? Just floating about.
we're just spinning. At
Just spinning.
thousands of miles per hour.
I think it's hundreds.
Hundreds of thousands.
Call
of
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
We're flying through space. But I was up late last night, so I'm a little tired, but I'm trying to truck on through.
We're going to truck. We're going to truck it. 10-4, honk, honk, do all that
Let's
stuff.
do my truck sound effect.
It sounds more like a very excited babbling brook.
Yeah, it sounds like a creek really rushing.
Ah!
Sounds like a creek that was small, but then it rained. So
So we tried to read
yeah,
step 10 and
we
12
tried,
and
guys.
12.
We tried our hardest last podcast.
I tried my hardest. I don't know what Taylor was doing. But we're going to try to get back into that. I don't know where we left off. We might just start from the beginning because that's pretty much what we did before.
Yeah.
I want to get back into it because I did step 10 with one of my sponsees. I was like, God damn, this is really good. And you're right.
Did they pass?
Yeah. Flying color. It was a pass fail and he read it. So he passed.
Good. Wait, are we doing 11 or 10?
We're doing 10 because we didn't really do 10.
I thought we did all of 10.
Shut up.
No. Okay. We didn't do 10.
We didn't do 10.
Okay.
No. You were
Sorry, I did 11 today, so.
yeah, 11, we'll get into that later. That's all about meditation. There's various ways to meditate.
Medication?
What's your, well, you got to do medication first if you need it so you can be level-headed enough to meditate.
Certainly.
Because if you're not,
Yeah.
all focused and set up. So how do you meditate or how are you planning to meditate?
When I do meditate, which is, I don't know, once or twice a week, maybe.
A year.
Not that much. But when I do, I sit in this chair or sit somewhere and close
This
my
chair?
eyes.
Any chair in particular?
Sometimes that chair.
Ooh, I mean your
Sometimes this chair.
meditation
That chair is better than this chair.
It's a good chair for
Yeah.
meditating.
I sit, I close my eyes and breathe for 5 to 7 minutes.
Do you count your breaths?
No.
Yeah.
I focus on my third eye,
Man, that third eye, man. It's hard to find until you find it.
middle of the head.
Yeah.
I try to focus on there, or I just kind of let my brain wander,
Yeah.
which is okay. I've been told it's okay. You can.
The attempt is all that is
Yeah.
required.
It's kind
in
of
my
just for me.
opinion.
It's like breathing and like sitting still. The stillness. It just kind of. I feel like it kind of just centers me a little bit. I
Good.
guess.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a profound effect on my life, but
Praying is
What about you?
talking to your higher power, and
Yeah.
meditating is listening to your higher power.
okay. Well, answer me this riddle.
Mm-hmm.
What did you do to stay sober today?
I went to a meeting. I talked to alcoholics.
Try noon.
I shared, and then I have a lot on my mind, baby-wise and other things. And I blanked, and I was
Yeah.
like, sorry, guys, I forgot what I was going to share about. Let me gather it for a second.
Having a baby.
And I was really, I was like very embarrassed for the moment because there was like 80 people there.
Wow.
And I
Try
blanked.
noon.
Yeah, try noon. And then I was like, doesn't matter.
Did you lead the meeting?
No,
Oh, you chaired?
I shared.
Oh, you
the SH.
shared.
It was fine.
That'd be a hot meeting to lead.
Yeah, I've led that meeting before.
Is it
Shared it and
is it in
DL'd
demand? Well, the Saturday one.
Yeah, I've done that all that.
Saturday's the major leagues.
Yeah.
During the week is the minors.
It's a big meeting. It was kind of sad and depressing, and I was trying to share some more positive.
Well, there is
solution.
a wide breadth of sobriety at that meeting. You've got people with such little sobriety, some people with long sobriety, and some people that
It's a good cross section of sobriety. That's why I like to go. And by saying it was a sad meeting does not mean it was a bad meeting. It was just like the dude shared, and he's like, "I'm depressed, but
Yeah.
I'm still not drinking."
Yeah.
which is important to say. And he's
was
like,
it the guy that was at the meeting on.
It was Billy Zane.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Billy Zane
Okay.
shared. And I was like,
depressed?
Billy Zane, you're always
Oh, wow.
depressed. That's the nickname we have for this dude.
Some people are just depressed.
Yeah. But I
I
was
hope he
like,
doesn't listen to this podcast.
I was
He
like, I
probably-
feel a lot better than I ever did when I was drunk.
Yeah.
And I told him how I felt that way. And
Yeah, but I think both you and me are just not depressed.
yeah, I mean, I get overwhelmed very
Yeah, me
easily,
too.
and I get fearful very easily.
Yes.
But I consider myself and you as well a relatively cheerful person.
Yeah, I don't have a clinical depression.
Yeah,
We're both really. I think we have a touch of anxiety, but I think it's just general life anxiety.
clinical depression's a spectrum. Have you ever had suicidal thoughts?
Yeah,
Yeah. So like, I don't.
just because I had a big math test coming up.
I don't wanna. PIMDOS. I don't know.
myself.
Fucking
He's
calculus.
studying these numbers make me want to kill myself.
Oh man. I want to start reading step 10.
Hey, good news.
What?
We still don't have a Liquid Death sponsorship.
Good. Stay away, Liquid Death.
Yes.
We don't like you very
I would like a bubbly sponsorship.
I don't. Yeah, sure. If Bubbly wants to sponsor us, I'll say yes. As long as it's not Liquid Death.
You would like a
Liquid Death needs to stay the fuck out of our way.
If we could have a Kroger no flavor bubbly water.
Oh my God, that would be a drink come true.
Sponsorship.
Kroger brand seltzer water, no flavor, is my favorite drink on planet Earth. The bubbles are perfect.
They are perfect. Oh. Bubbly is fine.
Bubbly's good.
It goes flat quick.
Yeah, you got to drink it real quick.
I would like a Kroger sponsorship. Just a Kroger.
We got to move this thing to Cincinnati. Isn't that where their Kroger's from?
Yes, but they got them all over here.
I know.
They're everywhere.
I thought you would think it would be impressive that I knew that Kroger started in Ohio.
Well, Drew, at this point, you can't impress me with the things you know because you know a ridiculous amount of stuff about pointless things.
Can't impress me much. Yeah, we got to go to fucking trivia so I can...
Yeah, I mean, especially if it's roller coasters.
Oh, man. I haven't been on a lot of roller coaster message boards or videos lately, so I don't really know what's going on.
I haven't been to a theme park in a while.
We'll table that, and I'll go.
I know we can't get you riled up.
We'll go to Sandusky, Ohio, and that's where Cedar Fair is, right?
Cedar Point. Cedar Fair is the company.
Cedar Fair is the company.
Cedar Point.
See,
and I think Kings Island. I think they bought Kings Island.
Yeah, they have Kings Island and Kings Dominion and Valley Fair and Cedar. Yeah, all that.
Yeah.
Anyways, we'll go to one of those places.
Who owns Whitewater?
Six Flags. Six
Flags can eat my shorts.
Yeah, they're the kind of the discount brand.
We've been watching. I have been watching The Simpsons recently.
Good.
And it's been very.
Hopefully within just good. Like the first, season 3 to season 8, that pocket.
No, it's more like season 18, 15. It still is good.
It's like 30 seasons, so I don't even.
Yeah, it fell off for a minute. Someone said it was back recently, but they're at a bookstore. Mm-hmm. And Marge was talking about wanting to buy a book, and Homer was like, "Oh, but we already own a book." It was very funny.
Good job. Shout out Conan O'Brien, one of the first writers of The Simpsons.
Wow.
Good writing in that. We attempted to read Step 10 in the 12 and 12. The 12 and 12, the guiding...
Dive in this pool.
The guiding book that helps you along with the steps along with the big book. Step 10 is continue to take personal inventory when we're wrong promptly. Admitted it?
Promptly.
And I'm going to start reading it. As we work the first 9 steps, we prepare ourselves for the adventure of a new life.
Ooh. Mm-hmm. What a great way to start.
When we approach step 10, we commence to put our AA way of living to practical use day by day in fair weather or foul.
Chicken weather.
Then comes the acid test. Can we stay sober, keep an emotional balance, and live to good purpose under all conditions? A continuous look at our assets and liabilities and a real desire to learn and grow from this means the necessities for us. We alcoholics have learned this the hard way. More experienced people, of course, in all times and places, have practiced unsparing self-survey and criticism. For the wise have always known that no one can make much of his life until self-searching becomes a regular habit, until he is able to admit and accept what he finds, and until he patiently and persistently tries to correct what is wrong. So this is the rigorous honesty mentioned in the How It Works version of the chapter. We have to be honest with ourselves, otherwise, what are we freaking doing here?
Yeah, not to be confused with rigor mortis honesty.
No, that's when you're like, is he dead? And you're like, I don't know. He's like, he's dead.
Pick him up. Oh, he's really stiff.
Yeah. That's why you're trying to hide a dead body and you finally reveal it. That's your rigor mortis honesty.
Yeah.
Alrighty. When a drunk has a terrific hangover because he drank heavily yesterday, cannot live well today. But there is another kind of hangover which we all experience whether we're drinking or not. That is the emotional hangover. The direct result of yesterday's and sometimes today's excesses of negative emotion, anger, fear, jealousy, and the like. If we would live serenely today and tomorrow, we certainly need to eliminate these hangovers. This doesn't mean we need to wander morbidly around the past. It requires an omission and correction of errors now.
Yeah.
So we're not just like, woe is me, I'm a bad boy, I'm no good. Brr. Our inventory enables us to settle with the past. When this is done, we are really able to leave it behind us when our inventory is carefully taken and we have made peace with ourselves. Yeah. The conviction follows that tomorrow's challenges can be met as they come.
And as long as you are constantly taking inventory and making amends. You can do a lot of bad things as long as you
Yeah,
make
you can
amends.
murder as many people as you want as long as you keep a good 10-step, you're good to go.
Your Honor, I do recognize that my behavior was bad, and it was wrong of me to behave in the way I did, and for that I am eternally sorry. And if there's anything I can do to make it up to you besides jail, I'm happy.
We're gonna get real creative to avoid jail.
Yeah, Your Honor, I am a better man now.
Some better man.
So,
no, consistency. It's just ask for consistency.
yeah.
In my experience, if I do a consistent 10-step, which is, I struggled in saying what that was. It's just adding your resentments, whether you're selfish or dishonest.
Yeah.
What?
Do you have any right now?
I lied to my sponsee, that I was doing a consistent 10-step.
This is to you, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Drew lied to you.
Yeah. It's crazy that, that I'm sponsoring him. He goes so fast in his car.
Yeah, well, sorry.
I don't know much about that car.
Me neither.
Goes so fast, and we just keep going in circles. It's
What was
crazy.
the
That's the problem with his program right now. We just keep coming back around to the same thing.
Dale, your life is a direct reflection of your inner life.
Maybe choose to turn right this time.
Dale, have you ever thought about
You ever thought about turning right?
maybe turning right?
Yeah.
Brutal crash.
Yeah. It's just a suggestion, looking for change. He's dead now. Oh, man. I would write that in my dishonesty calendar in my dishonesty 10-step. And I would pray about it. And I'll probably be like, look, I was not completely honest with you. I am working on doing a consistent 10. We're going to keep doing it together.
Wait, did you tell him you lied?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A dishonesty calendar is a calendar of sexy
That's just a regular calendar because I lie every day.
Sexy liars.
Yeah, I lie all the time. And then there's a fears category. So fear or selfishness, fear, dishonesty, resentment.
Yeah. You have good news to tell the sober nation.
Sober nation. What?
Good baby news.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Very great baby news.
Hold on, everyone. Good news.
We'll save it for the end of the podcast.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what dangle it in front of them,
It's the carrot.
Yeah. Baby's still alive in the stomach of my wife or my partner or whatever.
That's a carrot, and you guys are but horses.
But a horse or a happy bunny.
You are all but horses or bunnies.
Mm-hmm.
Make your pick.
Mm-hmm.
You can only pick one of two.
Or a mule.
And that will be one of three you can be. But
Donkey.
donkey. What will it be? Donkey?
A man who's lost a carrot.
A donkey, a bunny, or a horse? Which one will
mule.
it be? Make your choice out of thrice. I'm trying to speak in riddles, Drew.
Answer questions 3. We did a really bad job with those riddles. I should have wrote the riddles in there.
I can't. Sometimes my improv skills like that I get nervous.
That's okay. I apparently forgot how to share in meetings today, so we all had those problems. Do you want to continue with the reading of the?
Sometimes we all drop balls.
Yeah, a lot of it happens around the age 12 or 13.
Balls have been dropped.
Yeah,
and I haven't picked them up yet. Some say they never get picked back up. Oh, but
that's just an old Aesop fable.
To be able to fly on that wall. Where are we? Although
to crumble under that cookie. I don't know. You're even paying attention to where we are?
To be that Humpty
You're just trying to break it up?
No, I know where we are.
Okay, then you should. All right, I'll just continue.
Wait, no. Just give me a hint.
Although
all inventories are alike in principle, the time factor does distinguish one from another. That means it has a mustache. There's the spot check inventory taken at any time of the day whenever we find ourselves getting tangled up. There's the one we take at day's end when we review the happenings of the hours just past.
That's the balance sheet. That's what I was talking about.
The calendar.
Yeah, the dishonesty calendar.
Here we cast up a balance sheet, crediting ourselves with things well done, good job, and chalking up debits where due. You did a bad thing. Then there are those occasions when alone or in the company of our sponsor or spiritual advisor. I have a little mouse. He's my spiritual advisor. We make a careful review of our progress since the last time. Many AAs go in for annual or semi-annual house cleanings. Many of us also like the experience of an occasional retreat from the outside world where we can quiet down for an undisturbed day or so of self-overhaul and meditation.
Where's Taylor? He's in the cave.
He's in the self-reflection.
He's got to do quiet self-reflection in the cave.
The 10th step cave.
Yeah. Yeah, our men's group has a 10-step cave, and you just kind of like spend the day there and have like, hallucinations with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is, you got to put a quarter to go in every single time. And,
it opens up, and you got to keep the meter going.
Self-supporting by your own contributions.
7th tradition style.
7th tradition.
I'm really proud of you. You read a full paragraph. We're really making progress.
Aren't these practices joy killers as well as time consumers?
Started another paragraph.
Must AAs spend most of their waking hours drearily rehearsing their sins of omission or commission?
He's not asking these questions. This is what Bill W's asking.
I know. When I read, it does really sound like they're just words coming off the top of my dome. But
yeah, because you're such a philosophizer.
I am reading out of a book right now.
Yeah, continue. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
The emphasis on inventory is heavy only because of a great many of us.
You missed the best part.
Well, hardly.
Well, hardly.
Well, hardly.
You gotta say it like a infomercial. Well, hardly.
Maybe the shortest. The ice cream truck.
What's that noise?
The ice cream truck is here.
Oh, that's fun.
Wow, you guys hear that?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Is it the ice cream truck that sells weed?
It could be, honestly.
Half of the ice cream trucks in Atlanta mainly sell weed.
Just
now.
drugs.
All right.
Well, hardly. The shortest, I don't know if you know this, but that's the shortest sentence in this book.
Nice.
The emphasis on inventory is heavy only because a great many of us have never really acquired the habit of accurate self-appraisal. I'm worth this many. Mm-hmm. Once this healthy practice has become grooved,
It's okay. It split a page. It went over to another one. You're good.
It will be so interesting and profitable that the time it takes won't be missed. For these minutes and sometimes hours spent in self-examination are bound by one desire, are bound to make all the others. Sorry, bound.
You're so close to finishing 2
Make
paragraphs.
all the other hours of our day better and happier. And at length, our inventories become a regular part of everyday living, rather than something unusual or set apart.
So that's pretty cool. So when you're doing a 10-step, you're doing 1 through 4 as well.
Yes.
You're realizing that you're, don't have control and you're admitting your faults and specific faults.
Ain't that what 10 through 12 are, just the maintenance steps? Well, 12 is different, but 10 and 11, what are the maintenance steps?
They're called the maintenance steps a lot. My sponsor calls them the progress steps.
Yeah.
They're, continued action steps.
Yeah.
And when you work in a 10-step, you do 1 through 4. And when you're doing the 11th step, you're doing, I guess, 1 through 3.
Yeah.
And then 12th step is the rest of them.
Ain't it funny how things switch around sometimes?
Well, no, the 10th-step, you're doing 4 through 9.
Yeah.
Because you're making amends if you have to.
Remember, guys, the views and opinions of Sober Boy.
Yeah. I'm trying to organize it.
We get it wrong, so what?
Yeah. So 10-step is really 1 through 9.
Yeah.
And the 11th step is kind of like its own thing, but it's still practicing 1 through 3. And the 12th step is 1 and 12.
And the 12th step is give back or die.
Yeah. Well, give back or you're probably going to have a bad time.
Yeah.
If you keep this thing, it's like hold on loosely, but don't let go. If you cling too tightly, you're going to lose control.
As Eddie Money once said, baby, hold on to me.
Yeah. Baby, hold on to me.
I like that song. I'm going to get a bubbly, Drew.
I want to continue reading. Before we ask us...
Oh, wait, hold on. And by bubbly, I mean it's a brand of sparkling water, not champagne.
Literally, bubbly.
You know how fucking
bit of a bubbly.
who still drink call champagne bubbly?
Mm-hmm.
It's not what I'm drinking.
And those are the people that buy 7-day cruises. Back to the book, page 90 of the 12 and 12. Before we ask what a spot check inventory is, let's look at the kind of setting in which such an inventory can do its work. Nice. It is a spiritual axiom that every time we are disturbed, no matter what the cause, there is something wrong with us. If I said that different because it was italicized, it costs more. Cha-ching. If somebody hurts us and we are sore, we are in the wrong also. But there are no exceptions. Are there no exceptions to this rule? What about justifiable anger? If somebody cheats us, aren't we entitled to be mad? Can't we be properly angry and self-righteous folk? For us of AA, these are dangerous exceptions. We have found that justified anger ought to be left to those better qualified to handle it, like Judge Judy. Few people have been more... All right. Can you stop with the burp into the microphone?
Why?
It's unladylike.
Oh, I do declare.
It's unladylike.
Oh, I did not know we were going to the debutante. I was trying to be a debutante.
Yeah, we're going to work on our cotillion. Few people have been more victimized by resentments than we alcoholics. See, I resent you burping into the microphone, and I got to work on that, I guess.
Yeah.
It matters.
Hey. Spot check.
Hey.
Spot check. Can't be mad at me. Be mad at yourself.
I have no control over you burping into the microphone.
Yeah, that's true.
It'd be nice if you didn't, but
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
You do you, man.
I'm not going to do it.
I'm sorry.
I'm not going to do it.
Is there anything I can do to make... A few people have been more victimized by...
Drew, I forgive you.
Thank you. I'm glad you've forgiven me because this might be the part where you read it and been like, oh shit, this is dope.
Oh yeah.
Few people have been more victimized by resentments than we alcoholics. It mattered little whether our resentments were justified or not. A burst of temper could spoil a day. That certainly happened with me and can continue. And a well-nursed grudge can make us miserably ineffective. Nor were we ever skillful in separating justified from unjustified anger, as we saw it. Our wrath was always justified. Anger, that occasional luxury for more balanced people, could keep us on an emotional jag indefinitely. These emotional dry benders, quote unquote, often led straight to the bottle. Other kinds of disturbances, jealousy, envy, self-pity, and hurt pride did the same thing. We ain't nobody got time for that right now. We just don't got time for that type of feelings, even if we do feel it.
Oh, because it just, all those just, once I've gotten a taste of being on a spiritual plane and feeling connected to God, to my fellows, to the right here and now, once I get a taste of that, it's like once I start feeling these negative emotions, I'm distracted and cut off from feeling what I want to be. It's like that, how free do you want to be? I want to be as free as fucking possible, but I'm also a drug addict and an alcoholic. And when I like that feeling of feeling good. So when I'm feeling bad, I'm like, I feel some shame and guilt.
Yeah.
Like I'm doing something wrong.
If you do any of these steps just half-assed, even as long as you keep going, I think you'll gain some sort of self-awareness.
We'll be amazed before we half-assed our way through.
Halfway through.
Half-assed our way.
Even if you half-assed it, you'll be amazed before you half-assed your way through.
I'm gonna go to AA meeting one time. Do you guys take insurance?
That awareness of like, hey, I've felt something that I never felt before.
Yeah.
And now I'm this feels different. It's like we've talked about, like, you know, being in AA will ruin drinking forever because you're like,
oh yes,
I can go back and do these things and have instant gratification, but instant gratification is in no way the same as what I felt being spiritually connected or just any form of connected in the program.
And the feeling of like, I definitely shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah. And so there's like a tank that you get, a spiritual fucking tank, and you know if you're low or if you're full, and there's certain things you can do to fill around up. You can go to that there's spiritual gas station known as a meeting or a talking to somebody.
You know here I've got a good metaphor.
I'm ready for it.
You know, like when you go to a music festival.
Yeah.
You know, when you leave the music festival, the nitrous mafia is outside.
With the balloons?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like what we're talking about.
In what way?
The nitrous, the canister. You were talking about a big giant canister.
I was just talking about you have your own spiritual gas tank in your...
Yeah, I was saying a tank. Yeah. A nitrous tank.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Are the people doing the nitrous good? Or are they bad? Or is
they're pretty bad?
Or is the music festival the
metaphor is
the feeling that you get being spiritually connected?
Not all metaphors are meant to be explained.
Okay. Some metaphors are abstract and are just staying up there in the art gallery, and you have to act like you know what it means.
Yeah, and really, an art gallery is another good metaphor for what we're doing here.
Yeah.
The paintings are all in order.
Yeah.
The floor is mopped by the janitor.
Taylor's metaphors is a good metaphor
Yeah.
for what we're doing
Yeah,
here.
yeah.
You're not sure which direction it's going to go.
Yeah.
But if you keep paying attention,
And Drew, what we're doing, going to AA meetings and
it's a good metaphor for going to AA meetings.
calling other guys. It's a good metaphor for what we're
Calling
doing.
other guys.
Yeah, calling other
You
guys.
know, us calling other guys and staying sober is very much like calling other guys and staying sober.
But relapsing really is not a metaphor for any of this.
That's just some bullshit.
Yeah, that's the bullshit that you might need to do a spot check inventory about.
No, you have to start over.
Yeah, yeah, you just start over at step one.
Yeah, you can go. Anyways, what leads one to a relapse? We kind of talked about that a lot, but this shit kind of helps us.
Do you wish like if every time you relapse, you just went back in time?
Back in time, like Huey Lewis in the news.
Baby, hold on to me.
No, I don't. Every single relapse that I've had in every single experience.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I've
Yeah,
stayed
yeah, yeah.
alive to get to this
Yeah.
point.
You oh
Yeah.
oh
yeah.
you are
Oh,
still
yeah.
alive?
Yeah.
Oh,
Can I finish my point real quick?
sorry.
I'm gonna finish my point real quick. All my relapses have I can use in order as experience to connect with somebody who's might be going through a similar thing.
Yeah.
That's it. That was my point.
Sorry I interrupted your point. That was rude of me.
It's okay.
I'm running on
used to it.
fumes.
It's okay.
Monster green fumes.
We've done a really good job reading. I'm gonna continue reading. Now I've lost it. Joke's on me.
No.
A spot check inventory taken in the midst of such disturbances can be a very great help in quieting stormy emotions. Today's spot check finds its chief application of two situations which arise in each day's march. Oh, we didn't even talk about like why resentments. We ain't got no time for resentments.
We're not in the business of resentments. Can't be. I was in the business and it burned me.
Yeah, when I get emotionally involved and charged in a negative way, it gets in the way of me being of service to anybody else.
I think
and that's why.
I think I like growing up and stuff. I was never like, I wasn't like it. I wouldn't hold grudges, but I would be like, if I had the opportunity to be mad at someone, I think I would be like, ooh, I can be mad and lash out here.
Yeah.
But I would like,
I like that.
really over-examine like, I'd be like, I'm being rageful right now, and like I would feel like I'm pretending to like like I'm acting like I'm doing something and not actually just doing it. An emotion.
Yeah. Say that again. I'm trying to understand what you're
I'm trying to understand what I'm saying too. If I would be enraged with something and freaking out,
you wouldn't be as aware.
It'd be like I'm watching myself.
Yeah, I
be
got you.
angry.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'd be
like, oh shit, I'm going crazy.
I'm doing the action of being crazy, but it never felt like I was doing it for real.
Yeah. Okay.
Like I couldn't.
I get that.
Yeah, it's hard for me to take myself seriously being angry.
I get that too. I dealt in being enraged, holding grudges, being fucking mad all the time. That's just like I thought that's how I was supposed to react to everything. Well, because I had such a high expectations from people, from situations, from anything that wouldn't go my way.
Movies.
Movies.
People freak out in movies. I'm like, this is how you're supposed to behave.
It's like, hey, this is Hangover 2? What the fuck? Caddyshack 2? What the hell?
I would just yell.
This isn't an electric boogaloo.
I would just yell Wilson every time I got mad.
Yeah.
Like from Castaways.
But and when I can, I'm a human being, so I still can get angry.
What?
Crazy. It feels like an out of body experience. Like I know this is wrong and I'm going to have to like set things right, but I can't stop sometimes.
Electric boogaloo.
Yeah. I when I'm breaking two, it becomes an electric boogaloo and I don't want to be on the dance floor. And by the dance floor, metaphors again, we're talking about rage, but I'm just like, I keep breaking.
Everybody was dancing quickly.
You're going to go on karaoke to do kung fu fighting and you just do different lyrics. And you're like, that's not it at all. So very fast as lightning. Anyways. Oh, shit, I lost my spot. There we go.
That's okay. I'll read next.
No, I only read like 2 sentences. But
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You read so much.
Did I not?
You read so much.
Well, let me finish the paragraph, then I'll pass it off to you.
I don't wanna-
Anyways, we're more aware of having anger and resentments because we're more aware is our responsibility to do something about it.
Ooh. Someone brought up to me one time about AA. It's like, not a lot of people do. AA is a lot of like rigorous self-examination.
Yeah.
And not a lot of people have that in their life.
No, that's when I'm like, I'm grateful I'm an alcoholic. I'm serious because I have this. I'm a better person because I have these steps.
There's an awareness to, I don't even know what it's an awareness to, obviously.
No, your own personality.
Awareness of like self and like.
Yeah.
And I can still.
There's an attempt to progress.
Yeah. There's an attempt to get better and be a better person, but it also doesn't mean we're not infallible.
Oh no, we're not fuck up all the time.
Completely innocent of, and sometimes we know we're doing something bad, and sometimes we don't until after the fact. Self-awareness is like, I feel like something. I wish I could see what I would not what people think about me, but I wish I could see what it's like to witness me as not me.
Yeah, like someone recorded you secretly, and then you could play forward and play back.
I just wish I was like in some kind of giant dome, and everyone was in on it, and there's like Ed Harris was up in a big computer place.
Yeah.
And everyone's watching me on a TV show. And
you like fall in love with someone and you're like, where'd she go? And you get really creepy and serial killer-y trying to recreate her face with magazines.
Yeah. And then like Mark Ruffalo's there and then we're in.
How could Truman not know?
Yeah. Truman Capote.
Yeah. How does he talk?
I don't know.
My whole life's being watched.
No. And then like, but then, like, you break up with the girl and you want to delete the memories, and Mark Ruffalo's there to delete the memories. Mm-hmm. I want to figure out how to mash up every.
You're little and things are big.
Yeah.
There's a train. I haven't seen that movie.
And the Spotlight of the Sun.
I know. I haven't seen it.
Mind. And then you're also like, in the flash forward to the future. Nope. I was thinking. And
then you're at a dinner table and Eddie Murphy is there, and then a fatter Eddie Murphy is there, and then like a little kid is there, and then an even fatter Eddie Murphy is there, and everyone's farting and eating corn.
Why did you just throw an Eddie Murphy movie into the Jim Carrey universe?
I don't know.
I was trying to cross over all the Jim Carrey movies, and you threw, what is that, Norbit?
No, it could be any of them, but I did Nutty Professor and Nutty Professor 2.
Okay, well now I got to bring in all the Eddie Murphy movies into the Jim Carrey movies.
I'm gonna start reading. I'm sorry.
Beverly Hills Cop.
That's a good one. The consideration of long-standing difficulties had better be postponed, when possible, to times deliberately set aside for the purpose. The quick inventory is aimed at our daily ups and downs, especially those where people or new events throw us off balance and tempt us to make mistakes. In all these situations, we need self-restraint, honest analysis of what is involved, a willingness to admit when the fault is ours, which is a big one, and an equal willingness to forgive the fault is elsewhere, which is an even bigger one. We need not be discouraged when we fall into the error of our old ways, for these disciplines are not easy. We shall look for progress, not perfection. Kind of what we were saying, we're humans, we fuck up all the time, but at least we have this system to where we're trying to be better about it.
Hell yeah.
Do you want to continue?
Our first objective will be the development of self-restraint.
What are you talking about? In these situations.
In all these situations?
In all these situations, we need self-restraint.
Wait, I thought you just read that.
Oh shit, I did. Oh my god.
Ooh, okay. That's enough reading for today. We can't read.
No, I believe in you.
Okay. But I'm going to read it backward. Automatic become has self-restraint of habit until purpose good to act. Our first objective will be the development of self-restraint. This carries a top priority rating. When we speak or act hastily or rashly, the cortisone creep. The ability to be fair-minded and tolerant evaporates on the spot. One unkind tirade or one willful snap judgment can ruin our relation with another person for a whole day or maybe a whole year. Nothing pays off like restraint of tongue and pen. We must avoid quick-tempered criticism and furious, power-driven argument. The same goes for skulling or silent scorn. These are...
Sulking.
Uh-huh.
I like skulling.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Like sulking as well.
These are emotional booby traps. Bill, come on. This book is for What?
I want to, yeah.
I'm not trying to get
I want to scope.
horny while I read this book. Bill, I'm horny.
Go to page 69.
Wait, what's on page 69?
The sex talk.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Did he do that on purpose?
Had to have.
Did they know what 69ing was? Had the human brain evolved enough to understand what 69
I had to do my research to see if, like, when they put the sex inventory on page 69 in the big book, if that was Bill's doing or if they did that during, like, the different versions of the book or which version that was.
I like the part
Probably
of
the
the book where
70s
he's
version.
like, World War
freaks.
II had just broken out.
It was actually World War One.
World War I had just broken out.
The Great Wall. Yeah.
Did he drink at war? I forget. Yeah.
He drank coming back, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, crazy. Our first job is to sidestep the traps, Indiana Jones. When we are tempted by the bait. What kind of bait you thinking? Like a worm?
I was thinking like shark chum.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking just little breadcrumbs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's like, you're not going to shark a shark with that, but...
You get a little duck.
Yeah, you do. Catch
Catch a little duck.
Hi, Daddy, what kind of fish is this? Son, that ain't no fish. That's a duck. Okay. When we are
You're so
tempted
close.
by the bait, we should train ourselves to step back and think. For we can neither think nor act to good purpose until the habit of self-restraint has become automatic.
So that's, again, being more self-aware. And the spot check is like, I went crazy. Look at my room. It's destroyed. There's a fire going on right there. I got to put out this fire and then put out the emotional fire afterwards.
Girl.
Exactly.
Girl.
I'm glad you agree. Disagreeable or unexpected problems are not the only ones that call for self-control. We must be quite careful when we begin to achieve some measure of importance or material success. When we become kings.
Cash Enterprise.
Yes. For no people have loved personal triumphs more than we have loved them. You know, once this podcast reaches millions of subscribers and we come up with our own alcohol. Like Sober Boy's version of alcohol.
Oh, yeah. So it doesn't get you drunk? What does it do?
Yeah, it's like it's non-alcoholic.
I feel like it'd just be a nootropic.
Yeah, no, what's nootropic?
It's like Joe Rogan's Alpha Brain pills.
Oh,
Those are nootropics.
yeah.
They help your
something like
brain
that.
think better.
Help your brain do more good.
I like them. They definitely make my brain do more good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
I never want them to be our they're going into the liquid death realm.
No,
I
Alpha
never want
Brain,
them-
Brain, please sponsor us. I need free
No.
Alpha Brain. It's 90.
No, I don't want it. I want Beta Brain.
No. Sigma Brain.
Epsilon Brain.
Beta.
Epsilon Brain's like a nice little mid course. You know, you're just like a normal dude.
Theta Brain. Chi Brain. Zeta Brain.
Omicron Brain.
Persei 8. Omicron Persei 8. Futurama.
Personal trends, we loved them all. We drank of success as of we drank of success as of a wine which we could never fail to make us feel elated. When temporary good fortune came our way, we indulged ourselves in fantasies of still greater victories over people and circumstances. Thus, blinded by prideful self-confidence, we were apt to play the big shot. Of course, people turned away from us, bored or hurt. I like bored. Like,
Bored
this
as
sucks.
shit.
Yeah. I'm going to read this final paragraph. Now that we're in AA and sober and winning back the esteem of our friends and business associates, and we're not pissing everybody off, we find that we still need to exercise special vigilance as an insurance against big shotism.
Big shotism.
That's
Big shot.
Yeah.
That's like, you feel like you can wear the big pants.
Yeah, in Jamaica, I guess. We can often check ourselves by remembering that we are today sober only by the grace of God, and any success we may be having is far more His success than ours.
Only by the gods of grace.
Yeah, I love that. And that was the first, that was the first title of the Will and Grace.
Yeah, gods of grace.
Yeah.
And it's about like all these guys that were in charge.
Gods of Grace sounds like a Civil War book or something.
Gods of Grace either sounds like, what's that show?
Gods of Grace is a Christian rock band. We got it. That's it. That sounds like a Christian rock band.
There's that show like Heaven Under Fire or like
Joan of
This Is Us.
Arcadia.
Did you watch This Is Us?
No, I'm not that white.
God, my first roommate, you remember him, Sam.
Oh yeah,
His family
was in
was
it?
obsessed. No, he was obsessed with This Is Us.
he was obsessed with This Is Us.
But I'm like, bro, do you just like crying all the time? What was it? Just a show you would watch and
I
cry?
did like Mandy Moore when I was younger.
Yeah,
Thought she was real cute.
I
still think she's cute.
more Mandy.
More Mandy. I say more Mandy Moore, please. It's like a nice.
Waiter, more Mandy Moore, please. Oh, you're gonna get a kick out of this. There's Gilbert Lawlin. He's an Atlanta comedian.
Okay.
He's king of bits.
Cool.
Sean Patton's in town right now, and Sean was telling me that Gilbert was like
Mike Patton. That's who I was thinking of.
Mike Pence.
All right.
And like Gilbert had a menu in his hand, and every time a girl like would come like walk by them or like come up to them, he's like, "Yeah, I'll have and just pretend she's a waiter."
Oh.
Yeah. And then one time,
Very cool.
I know. Well,
Does he have a girlfriend? Probably not.
one time a homeless man came up to him and he's like, "Hey, can I ask you guys something?" He's like, "All right, when did I start comedy?" And then he annoyed the homeless man away.
That's a good way to, carry on a good normal conversation with a homeless person.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Mandy Moore. Walk to Remember was a terrible movie, but it's so entertainingly wonderfully
Angels
bad.
in the Outfield.
She wasn't in it, but a lot of famous people were in Angels in the Outfield before they were famous. Matthew McConaughey played the outfield. He was the one that was lifted by the angel to catch the ball. And then Adrian Brody, before he was a bad boy and did a racist thing on SNL and kissed Halle Berry without her consent, he was the dude that did a crazy bunt. Backyard baseball style crazy bunt that Christopher Lloyd as the angel did hacky sack with. And then you also had Tony Danza as the pitcher with the bum arm.
Yeah.
And then they got them to the championship game and they're like, sorry, can't help them. I'm like, they're not good. They're good because you made them good. What the fuck are you talking about?
Man, the end of that movie I wouldn't know because I haven't seen that movie.
You ever seen Angels in the Outfield?
And at this point, I don't want to watch it because it's old.
Basically, Joseph Gordon-Levitt as a child sees his deadbeat motorcycle dad.
Wasn't everybody a child at one point?
But he was in the movie as a child.
Oh.
And he's also been in movies as an adult. So
Okay.
He talked to his deadbeat dad on the motorcycle, and he's like, when can we be the family? And like the Angels are in last place. It's like, I don't know, when the Angels win the pennant, wink, wink. And he's like, okay, please, God. And then the Angels got sent down and they won the pennant. And then he's like, Dad. And he's like, I didn't expect this to fucking happen. I don't want you as my child.
Damn,
That's happened in the movie.
Who played his dad?
I don't know.
Who's the leader? Who's the coach?
Danny Glover.
Black guy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Black guy Danny Glover.
Lethal Weapon. He's too old for this shit. He's too old to manage the team. I think he's still alive.
Oh no. Who died recently? Bill Weathers.
Various people.
Bill Weathers.
Oh, really?
Bill Weatherspoon?
Sure.
Yeah. We're really close to finishing this chapter.
Don't get me started with baseball movies. I'll go to town.
Oh,
You ever watch Little Big League?
Hot Shots.
Part 1 or Part 2? That's a hockey movie.
Oh, sorry. Major League.
Major League's great.
Charlie Sheen.
Number 1. Yeah, he's great. Wild Thing. Spencer Strider, the best pitcher for the Atlanta Braves, changed his number to 99 because of Wild Thing in that movie.
99 is a great number.
It's a good number.
For baseball especially.
Yeah. Speaking of baseball, the fun, you've waited it out till towards the end of the podcast. My baby's not born yet. She'll be born in 3 weeks, probably, hopefully. But she's going to be the banana baby. Make a noise. Yay! Yay! So the Savannah Bananas, easiest description of Harlem Globetrotters of baseball, but they're better than the Harlem Globetrotters. They're awesome. Before every one of their games, they do a banana baby where they dress a banana, a baby, not a banana, but they dress a baby of 6 months or younger in a banana costume, and they lift him or her up. Or we don't know how these babies choose their gender. They hold a baby up, dressed in the banana costume, and do like a Lion King. And my baby got selected. You have to apply before they're born.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Jess wrote them a email and the form of the baby in the womb wrote it. It's like, ever since I was conceived, I always wanted to be a banana baby.
Yeah.
So that's September 26th. Watch out on the live stream. We'll try to find a link to the live stream if we're still doing this. Mm-hmm. If you might be in, Austin.
I might be in Austin.
Yeah.
And it may be over Zoom.
That's fine.
So and the next step is for them to start dressing up a banana as a baby.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
The baby banana.
Yeah. To end the game.
Yeah, and they pretend like the baby turned into a banana over the course of the game.
Sure.
Yeah, that's
they check back in each half inning.
In every game they're shocked, but every game it does happen.
I think we got further in this chapter than we did before.
We did.
Right?
We have 11 minutes. I bet we could finish.
I bet you we could. All right, do you want to go?
Yeah, where we at?
Okay. Finally, we begin to see.
Finally, we begin to see that.
Sorry that I said you weren't reading the right thing when you were reading the right thing. See, I'm making my amends right now.
Finally, we begin to see that all people, including Drew, can see that Taylor reads correctly, including ourselves.
Bill wrote that?
Bill can see into the future because he was on so much acid. Including ourselves, are to some extent emotionally ill as well as frequently wrong. And then we approach true tolerance and see what real love for our fellows actually means. It will become more and more evident as we go forward that it is pointless to become angry or to get hurt by people who, like us, are suffering from the pains of growing up. Such a radical change in our outlook will take time, maybe a lot of time. Not many people can truthfully assert that they love everybody.
I don't love everybody.
Yeah.
I respect everybody's, right to live their own lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But some people chop their spaghetti up, and I won't have that.
I can't have. Some people put, chili on their spaghetti, and I can't have that. What the fuck is wrong with people?
Okay, it's been a good episode. It's been a really good episode. I've had a lot of fun today. Most of us admit that we have loved, but what does?
Love but a few.
Loved but a few. Oh,
that
we have been quite indifferent to the many so long as none of them gave us trouble. And as for the remainder, well, we have really disliked or hated them. Although these attitudes are common enough, we AAs find we need something much better in order to keep our balance. We can't stand it if we hate deeply. The idea that we can be possessively loving of a few, can ignore the many, and can continue to fear or hate anybody has to be abandoned, if only a little at a time.
So we can't have any resentments at all.
No.
And I thought that was impossible when I read that. It's possible. You can let people live their lives and you don't have to have any immediate resentments.
Yeah.
And we know if we have resentment by doing this kind of 10-step.
Yeah. Do I have any right now? I don't think so, but
I don't think I do right now, being honest. Everything can happen. Everything's the flow of whatever. And then if I do, I get to fix it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
We can try to stop making unreasonable demands upon those we love. We can show kindness where we had shown none. With those we dislike, we can begin to practice justice and courtesy, perhaps going out of our way to understand and help them. Whenever we fail any of these people, we can promptly admit it, to ourselves always and to them also. When the admission would be helpful, courtesy, kindness, justice, and justice for all, and love are the keynotes by which we may come into harmony with practically anybody. When in doubt, we can always pause, saying, not my will, but thine be done.
Damn.
And we can often ask ourselves, am I doing to others as I would have them do?
Golden rule, motherfucker.
I'm going to read this last paragraph.
Yeah.
You'll finish it.
And then I'll finish it up. How's that sound?
Exactly what I was thinking. When evening comes, perhaps just before going to sleep, many of us draw up a balance sheet for the day. This is a good place to remember that inventory taking is not always done in red ink. It's a poor day indeed when we haven't done something right. As a matter of fact, the waking hours are usually well filled with things that are constructive, good intentions, good thoughts, and good acts are there for us to see. Even when we have tried hard and failed, we may chalk that up as one of the greatest credits of all. Under these conditions, the pains and failure are converted into assets. Out of them, we receive assets. A big sexy asset. Out of them, we receive the stimulation we need to go forward. Someone who knew what he was talking about once remarked that pain was the touchstone of all spiritual progress.
I had that underlined. Pain was the touchstone of all spiritual progress. We ain't progressing if we're just staying in our comfortable bubble, and I have to remember that.
Growth can be painful.
Growth is painful.
Especially when you're young and your growth plates are separated.
Yeah.
How heartily we AAs can agree with him. For we know that the pains of drinking had to come before sobriety, and emotional turmoil before serenity.
Bam. Emotional turmoil before serenity. Suffering before serenity. I suffered a lot before I got any sort of benefit out of this shit.
Yeah, I suffered in January of this year.
Yeah, we've experienced it in this podcast, but
I suffered last Sunday.
yeah, you suffer if you eat Chipotle too much, but you grow and you learn.
Oh,
right?
don't even get me started on the suffering Chipotle's caused me.
But you grow and you learn.
Whoa, great. No, Drew, sorry. Can't finish reading. We got to talk about, this is now the Chipotle suffering podcast.
Oh no, I messed up.
I took the biggest shit
I believe you.
ever.
But
on earth.
But now you learn when you're supposed to eat Chipotle, and you can time it out, and but yeah, when in doubt, we take pause, saying, "Thy will, not mine, be done." I like that. But I like the touchstone of spiritual progress was pain.
Yeah.
And we are dumb human beings.
Human beings.
Yeah. And I'm a dumb human being.
Pinto beans, lima beans, coffee beans.
Yeah. It takes me a lot to learn.
Yeah.
I wish it didn't.
Yeah.
I wish it was easier for me. I think slowly I'm getting, I don't know, a little bit better in terms of I don't know. Sometimes it just takes me forever and a lot of suffering to change or be better.
It's I need to be hit over the head with a 2x4 a lot to realize the 2x4 hurts.
Anyways, with that said, what we just read, I'm a poet, and I didn't even know I was
Dr. Seuss. Dr. Seuss.
It's good on your 10-step, your physical 10-step too. You write all your, self-evaluation of where I was, selfish, resentful, dishonest, fearful. But on the back, grateful and good shit that I did. Give yourself a little pat on the back of your
Drew punched my TV.
Fuck you.
So what else?
I don't like it.
Self-evaluation, self-ovulation.
I don't think there's any other way for one to ovulate, but doing it themselves. If it hit, those in the comments, if there's any other way, if we're way off base. Taylor's really frustrated that he can't. You gotta let go and realize that you can't control how other people's ovulate.
Hey, Drew, watch this. I'm making you ovulate.
If I had a uterus, maybe. That looked like you tried really hard.
It made me lightheaded.
I'm glad. Naturally high. I get lightheaded when I try to make other people ovulate.
Here's how I get high today. I strangle myself to the point of almost passing out.
Did you ever used to do that as a kid?
No.
You played that game?
No, I wasn't one of those idiots.
Okay, I want to finish it up. As we glance down the debit side of the day's ledger, we should carefully examine our motives in each thought or act that appears to be wrong. In most cases, our motives won't be hard to see or understand. When prideful, angry, jealous, anxious, or fearful, we acted accordingly, and that was that. Here, we need to only recognize that we did act or think badly, try to visualize how we might have done better, and resolve with God's help. That's important. With God's help to carry these lessons over into tomorrow, making, of course, any amends still neglected, kind of what we've already talked about. But in other instances, only the closest scrutiny will reveal that what our true motives were. There are cases where ancient enemy rationalization has stepped in and has justified conduct which was really wrong. The temptation here is to imagine that we had good motives and reasons when we really didn't. I lied to my sponsee because I wanted him to continue doing step 10. That, in my mind, I can justify and rationalize as being a good motive, but the ultimate thing is I shouldn't have lied in the first place. Yeah. We constructively criticize someone who needed it. Wait, did I mess up? Still neglected. But other instances, we constructively criticize someone who needed it, or when our real motive was to win a useless argument, or the person concerned not being present, we thought we were helping others to understand him, when in actuality our true motive was to feel superior by pulling him down. Gossip much? I love to gossip, and I have to stop it. We thought sometimes hurt those we love because they need to be taught a lesson when we really want to punish. We were depressed and complained. We were depressed and complained. We felt bad, when in fact we were mainly asking for sympathy and attention. This odd trait of mind and emotion, this perverse wish to hide a bad motive underneath a good one, permeates human affairs from top to bottom. The subtle and elusive kind of self-righteousness can underlie the smallest act or thought. This is important. Learning daily to spot, admit, and correct these flaws is the essence of character building and good living. An honest regret for harms done, a genuine gratitude for blessings received, and a willingness to try I'll repeat that. A willingness to try for better things tomorrow will be the permanent assets we shall seek. Having so considered our day, not omitting to take due note of things well done, and having searched our hearts with neither fear nor favor, we can truly thank God for the blessings we have received and sleep in good conscience. We finished it. Boom! That's it's all done. It's all over. It's done. See ya, we're cured.
We did step 10. We're cured.
I like those last few paragraphs, though.
Yeah.
You know when you're lying.
Yeah.
You know when you're in your own head. Just don't bullshit yourself. As DJ Khaled said, don't play yourself.
Congrats, you played yourself. I almost lied to my sponsor today about because I was up late last night. I met with my sponsor and we were meeting and a half hour before where the meeting was today. And during meeting with him, I was like, I'm going to tell him I got to go to an estimate appointment so I can go home and take a nap.
Yeah.
And then I didn't do that.
Hell yeah.
I didn't take a nap, but I also didn't lie. And I still did the estimate. I just really wanted to take a nap.
Yeah, dude.
But
don't play yourself.
I didn't do it. And that's the first thought. My gut was like, I want to take a nap so bad. How can I do it? And then
that's the comfort.
My second thought was like, I should do the things I should do. I should stay for this meeting.
It's more discomfort to think like that, but it's, you grow through it.
I need to stay through this meeting because I've been a little.
When you feel spiritually empty or not.
Yeah, I don't feel spiritually empty. I feel about spiritually.
Let me reiterate. You know when you need something.
Yeah.
And you know when you can just kind of roll and coast.
And I'm glad I went to the meeting because it was really good. It really, things were said that I needed to hear.
Great. I think the moral of this is just be honest with yourself.
Yeah, don't drink, go to meetings.
And if you're not feeling so great with yourself, that's okay. We're human beings.
And guys, if you're feeling bad, give me a call.
Give me a call.
Give me us a call at the same time. Conference call. Drew and I will talk you through it.
We'll talk you through it.
So we'll put our numbers down.
I would love to have somebody.
Someone please call
I wish
in.
somebody would, we had enough listeners where people would we have a number and people ask questions.
Guys, please call in.
That might be something we could think about.
We could set up a Google number.
Yeah, like a number to respond to voicemails.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Something to think about. And we will discuss that off the air.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another rendition of Sober Boy.
I loved this rendition.
It was a good one.
Bye.
We had fun.
See you later. Bye.